It's about the restoration of our republic. We want to educate, encourage, enable the power. We stand for integrity, honesty, self-reliance, self-defense, and most importantly, no compromise on our foundational principles. This is America's Voice Now.
Find America's Voice Now on Facebook and at americasvoicenow.org. Here's Michael Evans.
All right. You're listening to America's Voice Now. My name is Michael Evans. I'm your host this morning. This is our third segment. And in it, we're going to address the issue of the expectation, implicit or explicit, of privacy of American information being implemented or being captured and annexed into the Obamacare program. Now, I've been saying to you for quite some time now that one of the primary roles and functions and goals of the administration's or the Obamacare administration is not to provide health care for America. What this really is a purpose, or the purpose of the Obamacare administration is really two things. The first is to allow the federal government to continue to build files and dossiers on every American citizen. I put an infographic up on our Facebook page the other day. I'd like you to go take a look at it. And it shows that basically your phone, your email, your financial information, all of your records for now health care, and all of your employment information and your educational history and everything else is all being collected and harbored or put into files on you. Folks, this would be the equivalent of a KGB wet dream to have that kind of data on the people that they want to subjugate. And here's the problem with it. In Kentucky, they made a mistake. They notified you of what was going to be done. In the Obamacare marketplace in Kentucky, and now remember, 36 states have said they're not going to institute their own exchange. The federal government's going to have to run them. 14 states have instituted their own marketplace, either instituted it solely or in concert with the federal government. And the first thing that you see when you go to the Kentucky Obamacare sign-up page is that the marketplace has a warning there. Here's what it says, and tell me this is not ominous. This is a government computer system and is the property of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. It is for authorized use only, regardless of time of day, location, or method of access. Users, authorized and unauthorized, have no explicit or implicit expectation of privacy. Any and all uses of this system and all files in the system may be, here we go, intercepted, monitored, recorded, copied, audited, inspected, and disclosed to authorized state government and law enforcement personnel, as well as authorized officials of other agencies, both domestic and foreign. By using this system, the user consents to such at the discretion of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Wow. Wow. Did you just hear what I said to you? Everything that you enter into that system can be intercepted, monitored, recorded, copied, audited, inspected, and disclosed to authorized state government and law enforcement, as well as authorized officials of other agencies, which remain unnamed, both domestic and, key operative word here, ladies and gentlemen, foreign. Such information includes Social Security numbers, immigration status, pay stubs, alimony payments, student loan information, and current health insurance information at the ready. Wow. If you look, and remember now, you're not requiring, or they're not requiring you to accept this. Just the use of the system authorizes it. In other words, you waive your right to refuse this kind of dissemination of your personal information by using it. Because it says, by using this system, the user consents to such at the discretion of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Wow. You see, what's happening here is real easy to understand. First of all, you're required to sign up. And in doing so, you must use this system to sign up. You're required by law under penalty of financial fine and becoming classified as breaking the law if you don't sign up. But when you do sign up, the only way that you can is by using the system. And by using the system, you're consenting to the dissemination and distribution of all of your information and data to anyone that they choose to relinquish and disseminate that data to. Folks, you see, in the eyes of the law, you can give up your right to privacy if you willingly sign or agree to do so. By using this system, you are agreeing to do so. Don't you get it? It's a game. It's a scam. You're being funneled. You're being funneled. You're being nudged, according to Cass Sunstein. I mean, here's the challenge that you have. When the government is forcing you by law to use a system that then requires you, just by your use, to offer a waiver of your rights, they're not giving you you are being coerced into a Fifth Amendment, quite frankly, violation. That's really what it is, folks. It's a Fourth Amendment waiver of your rights and a Fifth Amendment violation, because you're putting information into the system that, for all intents and purposes, may be at some point in time later on used against you, civilly or criminally. Why? Well, because they told us it's going to state government and law enforcement personnel. I mean, why do law enforcement personnel have a right to your health care? Really? And authorized agencies authorized officials of other agencies, domestic and foreign. Ask for a list of who those companies and agencies would be, and I guarantee you'll never get an answer. The real purpose of Obamacare is twofold. The first one is to gather all of the information on every American that the NSA doesn't already have. Your financial information, your health care records, because Obamacare requires that all health records now be electronic going forward, and then all past records be converted to electronic format for a master file of history. So now they will have your email, your phone, your GPS data, your financial transactions, and they'll soon have your health care. The IRS already has your financial. What more information is there left? I mean, the only other thing that they could potentially do at this point would be to put a jack in the back of your head and listen to your thoughts. I know, they're probably working on that. I mean, people, if this isn't a reason to opt out, I don't know what other reason there is. Your information will be intercepted, monitored, recorded, copied, audited, inspected, and disclosed to authorized state government and law enforcement personnel, authorized officials of other agencies, foreign and domestic. Wow. I'm telling you right now that if you're dumb enough to fall for that, you folks in Kentucky and folks in the federal side, listen, the federal system, the warning is the same. It's not different. This is just Kentucky made the mistake of allowing it to be seen by you. Somewhere in the minor small print of the healthcare.gov sign-up page, I guarantee you that the same warning exists, and I'm going to find it for you before the end of this week. We are in a police state. The more information you provide, the more information will be used against you. It's that simple. And by following this and following the law, you're being coerced into violating the Fourth Amendment and your own Fifth Amendment right to withhold information that could or would be used against you. And you don't even know when or how. Don't forget, these databases aren't being built for immediate reaction or use. They're being built as a profile and a dossier that can be looked at later when they have a need to, because you're not cooperating in the way they want you to. You're not, according to Cass Sunstein, you're not being nudged enough. Information is power. What more do you need to hear, folks? Information is power. And right now, what you've got is a government who is becoming all-powerful based on the information that they are collecting about you. In whatever form, whatever method they gain it from, they are collecting information about you and becoming all-powerful. You will not be able, if you argue later, all they got to do is pull your database up and say, this guy is an insurgent or he is non-compliant. Let's see what we've got in his file that we can use to coerce him. Oh, we have an email here where it shows that he did some kind of a business deal. Let's take a look at that. Let's audit him. Let's apply pressure. You're being nudged. The problem is you're being nudged to the edge of the abyss, ladies and gentlemen. You're being nudged straight to your own demise. Now, they're trying to classify and say that this is really not what it means. This is basically, while the language sounds severe, it's actually a warning to those who might try to inappropriately use the website or any personal information contained within it, says Gwenda Bond. The disclaimer is a federal requirement intended to let all who come on the website know this is a government entity and sensitive information is contained inside. We appreciate you bringing this to our attention. We're working to modify the language so the message is more clear. So here's what they're going to change it to. And all they're doing, folks, is dumbing down. You're still subject to your information being monitored, tracked, etc. But here's what they're going to change it to. They're going to update their website to read this so that you're not so scared. I mean, so now you're being coerced and you're being fooled. This website is the property of the Kentucky Health Benefit Exchange. This is to notify you that you are only authorized to use this site or any information accessed through this site for the intended purpose of assisting individuals, employers, or employees in the selection or purchase of health plans or other benefits. Unauthorized access or disclosure of personal and confidential information may be punishable by fines under state and federal law. Unauthorized access to the website or access in excess of your authorization may be criminally punishable. The Commonwealth of Kentucky and the Kentucky Health Benefit Exchange follow applicable federal and state guidelines to protect information from misuse or unauthorized access. Okay. But critical thinkers will read between the lines and hear what she said earlier. Listen to what she just said. This is, the woman is where did I give her name? Gwenda Bond. Okay. The disclaimer, listen to the language, listen to what she said. This is her quote. It's not me talking. The disclaimer is a federal requirement intended to let all who come on the website know that this is a government entity and sensitive information is contained within. Okay. So let's take her statement there and compare that against what they're going to try to change the language to read. It doesn't mean that all of the stuff that was stated under the first one is no longer true. It just means that you're not being notified how dire the risk is for you. Users, authorized or unauthorized. I'm going to read you the first language because it's really critical you understand this. Users, authorized or unauthorized, have no explicit or implicit expectation of privacy. Any and all uses of this system and all files on the system may be intercepted, monitored, recorded, copied, audited, inspected, and disclosed to authorized state government and law enforcement personnel, as well as authorized officials of other agencies, both domestic and foreign. The second statement doesn't make that untrue. And we know that because she just told us, Gwenda Bond told us, that the disclaimer is a federal requirement. So they can't remove that requirement. All they can do is cover it up so it now sounds like a chocolate cupcake instead of the dog poop that it is. The real truth is, ladies and gentlemen, this has nothing to do with health care. This is a stealth method of gathering more information on you. And the second purpose Obamacare results in is it will strip the lower and upper and central middle class of all financial resources. It will make you unable to fight them judicially in the court system because you won't have the money. It will bankrupt you on a personal level. You see, the goal is we're moving from a free market where we have a nation that has all ranges of the ultimate lowest of the lowest in terms of income all the way to the highest of the high. And we're moving this to a two-tiered caste system, the haves and the have-nots. Trust me, you're on the haves-not list. And they're forcing you to lose everything so that they can beat you by financial attrition. That's the simple truth, folks, and there's no other way to talk about it. You're listening to America's Voice Now. My name is Michael Evans. I'm your host today. We'll be posting other articles up on our website. I'd like for you to find them. Our last segment this morning is going to be an article which I posted up over the course of the weekend about how the president is willfully, intentionally hurting the nation with this shutdown stuff. You can find us at americasvoicenow.org. You can find our Facebook page at facebook.com/America's Voice Now. And you can find this and every other show that we do live on YouTube at youtube.com/America's Voice Now. Please get a hold of these episodes, share them with your friends, educate those in your circle of influence, and make sure that you are participating in our republic. We'll be back in just a moment.